Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. I got a very lovely package from a viewer, Sorsha. Thank you so much for sending all of these lovely inks. I was seriously just in awe when I opened up this package. But Sorsha sent me 23 inks and I'm just beyond words. I am not going to be swatching all 23 of these today. I wanted to focus mainly on a new brand of inks that she sent me, or a new to me brand, which is Kiwi Inks. So she sent me 5 different colors, and I'm gonna do my best to kind of pronounce them correctly and showcase as much as I can in larger swatches today. And so we're only gonna be doing 5 inks. But before I dive into the first one, let me go over supplies like normal. So I have my A5 Hobonichi notebook here with the original Tomoe River paper. I have my little sample holder here from Olive Frogs, courtesy of Priscilla, thank you. I have a little plastic pipette dropper, Kakimori brass tip nib with the aluminum handle, and my little circular stamp block, which I will try to find the link that I got this one at. I want to say it was on JetPens, and I'll see if they still have them, but I've gotten questions now about where I got the tiny ones because they can only find larger ones. All that to say, moving on, t-shirt, water, let's get into these inks. So the first one is, I believe, Quetzalcoatl. She gave me the little pronunciation here, but I'm hoping I'm not going to butcher that. But it looks like it might be a kind of reddish ink, which she did say red was one of her favorite colors. First impression, wow. This ink is definitely a darkish red, almost like a red pink even. It has a pinkness to it. But already as it's drying while I'm talking, it is starting to sheen. So I know this is going to be a heavy sheener. And the color, I'm not quite sure if it's green or purple. We'll confirm once it's fully dry, but it is such a beautiful color. It's very rich, very saturated. I do believe these are made with dye. They are not pigment inks, but I can always double check that when I go back to edit this. But just, wow, this color is fantastic. Very dynamic. I'm really interested to see how this one's gonna look when it dries down. Okay, so the second one she sent me is called A Witch's Potion, and it looks like it's a dark, maybe purple black color, maybe black with purple shimmer. Let's find out. Wow, first impressions of this one is just wow. So the color is a deep purple, almost like eggplant, dark black purple color. One of my favorite colors to write with, honestly, is a dark purple black. It just has so much like to it. This one also is starting to sheen as it's drying, and I will mention these are drying a lot faster than I anticipated, so that's a definite plus if you like a quick dry, especially because I'm putting quite a bit of ink on the page. But again, that color is definitely like that purpley black. It almost has like a red purple to it though, not quite neutral. It definitely has a bit of a lean to it, but the sheen that's showing up looks green. So this might be a good contender to compare with like Ferris Press's Poison Envy, or even the Diamine Inkvent's Purple Inkvent Finale, I think it was Raise a Glass. Those two might be really good contenders for this one. And it does have a shimmer to it. I think it's black or purple shimmer, but again, we'll find out for sure once it's fully dried down. For our third Kiwi ink, this one's called Emerald Green, which if you're a fan of my ink videos, you'll know I talk about green ink a lot as being one of my favorites. And this one has bright blue shimmer in it. I'm really intrigued to see what this one looks like. Alrighty, so first thoughts on this one is, again, wow. I feel like I'm gonna say wow on every single one of these swatches. This is such a gorgeous color. Okay, I'm gonna start fangirling for a second, but green is really one of my favorite colors, so seeing this is absolutely stunning. It is this gorgeous, like, blue-green, cool-toned green. Really does embody what an emerald gem would look like to me. It has a dynamic, like, feel to it. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe this one. It does have some beautiful blue shimmer that I can see pulling through. We'll see if it has sheening when it dries. It's not really showing anything at the moment, but the base color of this is so beautiful. I don't know, I have so many green inks, it's hard for me to pick them apart sometimes, but I feel like this one is a little bit more saturated than one of the other emerald green inks I have, and I want to say it's like 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏's Green Lagoon or something. It reminds me of another ink, but with the shimmer in this one, it is a completely different look to it. But I'm really a fan of this one. This one is absolutely stunning. Okay, so for our fourth ink, we have Nebula Space Kitty. It looks kind of like bluish black in the vial. It does have kind of like a royally blue shimmer in there. Really, I don't know, this one might be really cool. Maybe like Robert Oster's black and blue. Okay, this one is another one that deserves a wow. I'm honestly surprised at the shade of this. So initially I thought it was going to be kind of like a bluish black color, but it's more of like a teal black, honestly. It has a definite green warmness to it, maybe even a yellowness to it. And it's really, I don't know, saturated in a way. Finding a good blue-black ink is something that's really challenging for me because I don't know if it's really going to be more on the blue side, more on the black side. It's a good in-betweener. But this one is definitely what I would embody as teal black. It kind of reminds me of the Birmingham Pen Company's, I think it's Oil Beetle or Boiler Steam. I'm gonna have to double check. But it definitely has a nice warm blue, black, teal black feel to it. Don't see any sheening yet, but again, we'll wait for the dried swatch on that. But I also don't see any of that blue shimmer popping through yet either. So maybe I didn't shake it well enough. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a beautiful, beautiful color. I still think emerald green is pulling my heart just because it's such a gorgeous color. But this is a really, really nice one as well. Okay, and the last Kiwi ink that Sorsha sent me is called Mermaid Black. And I'm intrigued because it looks like it's just going to be another black ink, but judging from the rest of them, there's no way it's just a black ink. So initial thoughts on this one, it does look like just a black ink. I did shake it because it looked like there was shimmer on the bottom, which if this is a black ink with a black shimmer, I cannot wait for this to dry down. I have never seen that before. I'm going to be super excited if that's what it is. But the color of this is more of a warmer black. I will say when you initially write with it wet or like swatch it wet, it has a bit of a brownness to it. But as it's drying in front of me, at least, it's turning more of like a gray black, gunmetal-y black color. It's definitely more black, but has a bit of a warm back to it. I like it. If it has black shimmer, I'm gonna be really in love with this one. Okay, I'm gonna let these finish drying down and we'll come back and do some close-ups of sheening, shimmer, and whatever else decides to populate with these. I want to say again, thank you so much, Sorsha, for sending these. I will be showing the rest of the ink samples when I do my ink explorations by color, just because she sent so many beautiful looking ones. I mean, there's Dominant Industries Sunset on here, which I've never tried before. Robert Oster Muddy Dragon. Even the Diamine Cocoa Shimmer has been on my list to try for a long time. So I'm really excited to get to sample some of those and then also showcase them in future videos for you guys. But for now, like I said, I'm gonna let these finish drying and I'll come back in a minute with some close-ups. Okay, I am back and I'm super excited to zoom in for this. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in and we're gonna go over some sheening, lots of shimmering going on, and just overall color palette. So first off, we had the Quetzalcoatl. Wow, just holy moly. Okay, so the base is definitely a reddish color. Sheen is green, but also kind of purple, but I honestly think the purple is coming from the shimmer that it has. So I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up, but the shimmer is very, very fine, super fine. But the coloring on this is just so unique. I don't think I've ever seen another ink quite like this. The green sheen on this is gorgeous. It's stunning. It's like a lightning strike. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Then we had the Witch's Potion, or Witch's Potion. Again, green sheen on this one too. Like, whew, Wow. It's very oil slick looking, very interesting. I don't see any shimmer in this big swatch. It just looks nice and sheeny. The color is definitely that dark eggplant purple black in it. It is beautiful. I think if you wanted a sheening dark purple, this is a go-to. This is so stunning. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Part of me wonders if you mixed in some shimmer, like any of the like glitter potions that are out there, how this would look, because I think it would just add it to the next level if it had shimmer too. But I really like this one just as it is. That sheen is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then we had emerald green. Honestly, this one might be my favorite, but I don't know, Mermaid, I'll get to that one in a second, but this one is so beautiful. The color is definitely a nice cool toned green. The blue shimmer just makes it look like it's in the ocean. It's dreamy. It's just dreamy. I love this color. And the green definitely has a nice coolness to it, but it's not quite blue enough to be teal. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I'm also surprised there wasn't as much shading as I was anticipating. It just has this kind of like dark haloing bit going around with the shimmer. But overall, again, color just, chef's kiss. And then we have Nebula Space Kitty, and I'm in shock. When I originally swatched this, when it was wet, I think I mentioned that it was going to be like a bluish black to teal black, and it definitely has that as the base. It is definitely a bluish black color, but the shimmer on this being kind of like brightish blue, even dark blue, just wow. And it has this muddy red sheen going on too. Just, this is so cool. Okay, if I have any Marvel Avengers fans, doesn't this look like Nebula? I'm sorry, like, what? Okay, moving on. This is gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and very, very dynamic. I don't think it's at all like Robert Oster Black and Blue, and it's just a really cool ink, honestly. Very, very cool. And then we have Mermaid Black. When I tell you, when I walked back over to my pages after everything had dried and saw the shimmer on this, I gasped. I was at a loss for words, and for some reason the camera's getting really warm right now, so it looks really warm, but this is truly a nice black color. Just wow. Look at the shimmer. Look at the shimmer. Okay, I'm sorry. It's like a gunmetal black shimmer. It's not silver. It's not like, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, gunmetal's the best I got, but it's so pretty with the black too. Like, I don't think I've ever had a shimmering black quite like this before. I have the Ferris Press Atlas Iron Ore, which is kind of close, but it has red sheen. And I have Polar Lights by Troublemaker, which has blue shimmer in it. And then there was the one in the Diamond Ink Fence, but also had like a blue to yellow shimmer in it. But nothing quite like this. This is, I don't know, between these two, these three, honestly, this is probably my favorite half of the page. Although these two are still absolutely stunning. This is tough. But yeah, the Mermaid Black is beautiful. The color is coming a little bit more true now that that warmness kind of went away. I think I just had a little bit of sunbeam going on. But the black is definitely a nice neutral color. It does have a little bit of warmness to it, but not a whole lot. And just that shimmer really just sells it for me. Alrighty, that is going to be it for these amazing Kiwi inks. Again, thank you so much, so much for sending all of these my way, Sorsha. I'm blown away. I'm going to be playing with the rest of these inks and kind of categorizing them for future videos. Maybe I'll do a separate video with more inks from her. I'm not sure. There's so many to choose from. It was hard to pick. But yeah, thanks so much for sending them my way. If you're interested in the other ink explorations that I have done or will be doing, I will have playlists in the description and possibly up in the cards if I can get it to work for me. But yeah, just thanks for hanging out with me, for enjoying some new inks. If you've never heard of Kiwi before, you're like me, and this was a nice surprise. So yeah, just amazing. But thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.